empty. Now I'm still dancing with 2 left feet. I can get it. I can get it. Yeah. Now I'm still dancing with 2 left feet, yeah. But with a little help, I can move on beat. Now I can moonwalk in tube socks and groove all week. But I can't seem to two-step, I lose my feet. Now I can shake it, I can shimmy, I can shuffle, I can gritty. You can gritty? I can gritty, it just don't look that pretty. And I can do this little walk too, it goes like this. It goes toe, 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 cross, yeah, that's it. Tell me, baby, what you mean by that? They don't even got it, it just seem like that. Where you think you're going with them jeans like that? Ain't start a little fire, gasoline on that, my bad. I can never move, I just do it through the music. Make the crowd just to check on the acoustics. I can never lose, I ain't never get a goose egg. But I'm still hit a groove with a two-step. Yeah, she know I'm gon' get it there. The way she move her body, yeah, she know just what she doing. She don't mess with anybody, nah, not a single person here. Whoa, got a bill, baby, why you bring your person here? Keep it on the low, talk to me, yeah. If you wanna go, walk to me, yeah. If so, let's shimmy, 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 yeah. Back it up slow, like good. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Tell me, baby, what you mean by it? They don't even got it, it just seem like that. Where you think you're going with them jeans like that? Ain't start a little fire, gasoline on that. My
I never thought I would say this. And it will probably change tomorrow morning when I wake up. But I'm legitimately drafted out, like, right now. I don't think I could do another draft. We had our auction draft tonight, and Chris can attest to this. Chris was in it. And I love auction. This is a keeper auction, so everyone has different amounts of money and different size roster. Well, starting size of like lineups and stuff. It's just crazy. It is the hardest draft that I do, and it like took everything out of me. What up, Chad? So like then I went right from that into our. We are in a league with a bunch of guys from the hobby. A couple different breakers are in there. Some guys that have that are in like our group here and other breakers groups that we all kind of talk. And everyone puts up either a $100 card or a $150 equivalent hobby box, and that's the entry for it. They all have to be approved. It's a lot of fun, but man, that was then I went free from that auction to that. Those guys could. That was the hardest snake draft I've done all year. They went and you know, as I always say about how snake drafts are the easier form of drafting, but man, when there's a trend that kicks off, like usually there's, you know, it's well balanced, like good mix of running back, wide receiver. Man, all the running backs just flying off the board, and guys reaching for players that typically stay on the board a little bit longer, stuff like that. Just crazy stuff. That was tough. And what's nuts about it is I usually target my guys, but so many of them went earlier than normal. I ended up with like, I don't have Travis Etienne in any league. I got Etienne tonight. I don't have Breece Hall in any league. I got Breece Hall tonight as my third running back. Devin Singletary is my fourth running back. Like, it was just crazy. So, yeah, Jamie, I learned that. You know, I thought the 8th and 9th was nice, and the more I drafted, I liked the 11th and 12th this year. Everything just falls to you. It just seems like everything possibly can fall to you. All right, let's go. I'll quit talking. Anybody else have drafts tonight? Go ahead, tell us what your favorite pick was. My favorite of the night was getting Jacobs for 19 and MVS for 7 in our auction league. I was fired up about those. Russell Wilson for 7, I think. Like some good buys in a dynasty league. Jerome Ford out of 25 for the Browns. First one up, Cleveland Browns. Long Joshua up in it. They're the best, aren't they, Jeff? And here we go. Oh, look at this. 5 out of 5. Dude, I loved that we did red, white, and blue, but the hobby is hot. Look at this. Isaiah Likely for the Baltimore Ravens. Jim Gain, 5 out of 5. That is a sharp card. The hutch we pulled earlier with the photo was crazy. This card is sharp. All they're short on here is getting the pro unis mocked up. That's the only thing short on these. Next one up is Anthony Richardson. That is a 36 out of 40. We're going to have to look that one up. Anthony Richardson. All NIL players will get random up. Hey, Chad, I wanted to ask you what you been up to, man. Haven't seen you in a while. He is a quarterback for the Florida Gators, so we're going to have to random that at the end. Armed and dangerous out of 40. You sound like Taco. And then another out of 5, armed and dangerous, Tanner McKee. We've pulled shorter print. Now, of course, we pulled cards numbered up to 40, but I just don't think they made a ton of this year compared to normal. Because the cards are short print. Stanford Cardinals, 1 out of 5, armed and dangerous. We will random that off at the end. Staying out of trouble, that's the way to do it. And Garrett Wilson for the Jets, 19 out of 30, New York Jets. New person, Lynette. Is that a new guy? New girl? I don't have my drops up tonight. I don't have it in me to log in. Garrett Wilson, 19 out of 30. He balled tonight? That Anthony Richardson? I look forward to watching the highlights. I watched no football today except for I did watch a little bit. I haven't watched a single episode of Hard Knocks, so I watched the first episode of Hard Knocks. Dude, that coach is fantastic. I love watching him. You know what? We used it the other day. It's right here for you. I'm going to have to get one. I'm going to have to get my son's, though, now that my son's wrestling. But I haven't used it. You know, I didn't even use it for Select WWE, which we do have a few boxes of left. Actually, we have 9 of them to be exact. So we'll have to do another WWE Select break. They're always fun. Do it for like a Monday Night Raw or the next good pay-per-view they have. All right, here we go. Trevor Lawrence, Antonio Gibson and Jacobs, Montgomery, Chris Olave and Sky Moore. There's a Tom Brady. So here's my bold prediction. And I know it's so hard to like this, and I have no issue with Tom Brady anymore. But with all this stuff, we don't see this often. Sorry, points. We don't see that in Legacy often. I think Tom Brady, with all that's going on the home front from the sounds of it, and with his line being decimated, I have a feeling Brady's going to call it early this season. Be like, look, I tried to come back. It's not working. My family wants me at home. Chris Olave out of 125. It's everyone, man. I don't know what's going on, Chad, but I can add you to the tag list. You know, this week I started tagging people again, and I'm not going to do the at everyone. Chris has talked about possibly doing it one time and then saying we're doing that everyone. Just to see who wants to be on our personalized tag list. Out of 199, Bo Jackson. I am still debating that, but I have left so many groups that have done the at everyone because they're letting their people do it. If you do at everyone in our group, you will be removed. But, you know, I may give you a warning if you've been around for a while, but don't ever try that on our page. We've never used it. We don't intend to. Look at this. Isaiah Spiller out of 35 blue under the lights. Rob, I have not drafted a single Tampa Bay player in fantasy. Like, there was one where, like, Evans went super cheap in an auction that I'm like, I'm not touching him. I don't want him. I have no interest in Fournette. Now, I did tonight take, I only had a couple dollars left, and I needed some players. And who's the rookie running back they drafted? I got him for like $2. We have a Dare to Tear coming. I forgot. When you get points in here, it means you get a case hit. Dare to Tear coming up. Godwin's going pretty late. Darius Leonard at a 150. I think you could be right about the Panthers. Saints are not bad either, man. Let's not count out the Saints. Treylon Burks, Kobe Bryant. Holy shit. There it is. They call him Hitman. You know he ain't opening this. He always makes everyone else do it. Tear it, tear it, tear it, tear it. Don't tear it. I won't let you do that. I'm not touching that one. There you go, man. Dare to Tear. Tom Brady. That looks pretty out of 65. He's always giving everyone shit about not tearing. There we go. There we go. Dude, I wouldn't tear it. I'll let you do that. I'm not touching that card. I wouldn't let you do it. Although there's probably like a one-of-one Kenny Pickett mini auto in there. They don't even have the mini autos. You know that's where they would put the Kenny Pickett, right? Inside the Brady. Do it! Do it! Do it! If he was here, I could get him a couple shots in his system and get him to do it. You know what's crazy, Chris? I used to, like, when Manning was going to retire, I was like, Manning's better than Brady. Manning's better than Brady. And then Manning hung... Dude! Oh, yeah, I was going to say, we got our other hit. But that's right, the point is a hit. Then it gives you the, like, case hit. Who will be the best QB in this draft class for this year, Chad? Or, like, during the life of their career? Doug did do the Allen. Come on, Jamie. No, I really don't even want to tear it. But if you want me to, I will. I want to. I go back and forth, too. I mean, like, people hate on Pickett's size of his hands, but everything he shows he can throw the ball. Dude, I don't know these guys from anyone, though. That's the problem. I just didn't watch any of them play in college. Kyler Gordon out of 50. But, you know, I heard the other day they were, like, talking about these guys long term, and they said, I don't know if it was in Good Morning Football, and I don't know if they were just trying to hype the class up or something. You know, they have no stock in, like, cards or anything like these guys on Good Morning Football. But they're like, I think people are going to be surprised down the road how quality this class turned out to be across the board. They were saying, like, some of these quarterbacks are going to end up being guys that play. They're just not coming in ready to go. I don't know if that's true or not. Like, it's so hard to say with the NFL. There's a Jim Kelly, Matt Corral, Alec Pierce. It is just so hard to say. There's a Hutchinson. Seeing him sing Billie Jean was awesome. Matt Ryan out of 299. He's a late QB steal. Breece Hall, Brisker, and dude, what a box! Hutchie, Lions, Mello, boom. Yeah, the Hutch we hit earlier was awesome. Second Hutch of the day. Wow. Even though we got points, we did get the Brady and a Hutch. Sometimes you feel like a Hutch. Leaf does that. Hutch card just shows how awesome, what an awesome job Leaf does with their cards. I really do think that people hate on them, and the only reason that the people hate on them is because they've just decided to not spend a lot of money on them. There's no way I can pull 100 Panini cards that sell for more than some of the Leaf ones, and you're gonna be like, really? Like, that Leaf card's worth half of that? It's like, yeah, because the consumers won't pay it. Now, I'm saying that even as college cards go. I get it for the pro level, because even as a Bills fan, I want them in a Bills uniform. I do. As a collector, I want them in the Bills uniform. Now that Josh Allen's been around for a while, I'm starting to like some of his Wyoming stuff. Mostly because it's a bit cheaper. And not just because of that, but he's going to be our guy. So, like, now I'm starting to even see other guys come out of Wyoming and be a little bit excited about him. Don says Sam Howell. Chad, who do you think? By the way, we are giving a fantasy spot out at the end of this, and I appreciate you guys being patient. Let me get through those drafts earlier to get to this. We got Xavier Howard out of 150. Stafford, Elijah Moore, Rodgers, and Bosa. Kuechly, Alec Pierce, and Daubs. We got a Rodgers there. Uh-oh. Do we have both autos in this stack? Both autos coming in this stack. DK Metcalf. That means the other stack will not have an auto. And there's a Joe Mixon out of 75. I'm just excited for football. Couple days away. Be in LA watching the game. Ozzy Osbourne at halftime. That was a nice little... Because I don't know who the guy is that's singing pregame. Alec Pierce for the Indianapolis Colts. I think they forgot to put a patch in there. Maybe it's just a white jersey. I can never tell. Mike Selvage with the Alec Pierce. Out of 25, he's going higher in drafts than I thought he would. I mean, he's still really, really late, but I mean, for what's going on there, I'm shocked he's going as high as he is. Like, nobody trusts Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan's being drafted rounds and rounds after Tua and Fields and, you know, way after Carr and Cousins, who I think are, like, both should be higher than, say, Dak. Carr and Cousins are getting drafted so late for their potential, I think. Jaquan Brisker. There's a Cooper Kupp. Herbert, Jackson, Jefferson. And out of 25, Alvin Kamara. What is it ripped? Do they have any for sale that are ripped? I'm curious what the price deviation is. Sam Howell. And there is an Evan Neal going out to the New York Giants. It's going to be Tony Macri. Jamie, in the last draft we did, I don't want to talk about it. I was so pissed. That's why I had a freaking... that draft was the hardest draft I've done all season. Guys just were getting... That was the hardest draft I've done all season. And because it was the first draft I was in where guys were actually reaching really far down the list to take guys, so that's what I do. And I don't have a lot of other leagues where guys do that. Usually it's like, there are like 4 or 5 guys down the list max. Some of these guys went like 10, 11 guys down on a player list. I'm like, shit. All right, that's all right. Ramondre's down a little further. I'll just grab Ramondre. He goes. I was looking at your team, Scotty. Maybe you're right. No one knows until the game's played. I'm like, what is Scott doing? But I'd have to look. I stopped watching you after like the 5th round. I stopped paying attention. You're Scotty 2 hobby, right? It have to be. You know what? It's like I said to Chris. It's not that I hate my team in that. It's just so different from all my other teams. Like, I have no ETN. I have no Adams. I have no Breece Hall. I have no Devin Singletary. I have Devin Singletary and some best ball. Oh, the best grade? That's usually who wins the league. I'm just kidding. Those grades are funny, though. No, but it's cool to look at that. It's always neat to see. They've gotten better over the years, those grades. Pickens. It'll be fun. I suck at that league, and I didn't do any better drafting this year. So I said, I'm going to have to play the waiver wire big time. David Bell. And there's a Christian McCaffrey out of 125. Christian McCaffrey went 4th in that draft tonight. Projected 12-2. It's pretty solid, man. I hope the Bills' projections for their season go as planned as well. They're projected to win the Super Bowl. I wish we could just stop the season now, give us the trophy, but unfortunately we got to play those games. I'm just kidding. I can't wait. I'm so pumped. What do y'all think? Oh, you know what? We'll have to do that tomorrow. But just out of curiosity, who y'all got? Rams or Bills? This doesn't count as our pick for the week. We'll have to do those early this week. Matter of fact, we'll do those in the break tomorrow. And we'll have to give out some paper footballs. Carson Strong out of 35. Play you on my weakest week. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. We got another case hit. Who is it? Shut the front door. Going to be Allure, Montana for the Niners. Joseph Taylor with the Allure case hits. 2 case hits and 2 boxes. Boom, baby. Let me get a bag case here. The Allure, Montana. Those cards are gross. Yikes. Spikes. Rams win 27-23. I can't get mad at that score. It'll be the furthest I've ever traveled for a game. Furthest I've ever traveled, period. Y'all know I do not have a good track record. If there's ever a prayer in my life that I want answered, it's to break that awful losing streak now. I will say this. The Rams have not, they're fully rested because they have not played like any of their starters at all in the preseason. That's like the McVay way. He's a douche. Those do not count as hits, but man, what some nice cards there. I know, that's how I feel. That's what people are. A buddy of mine's like, tell me when you're going to the games. I'm betting him. Yo, he doesn't bet like $100. He put $20K on that fight we watched in Atlantic City. So like, he's like, you going? I'm like, I want nothing to do with any reason you bet. Dude, I went to the New England Patriots game to break that streak. And that was ended up being the win bowl. And Mac Jones threw for like 17 yards and we still lost. That was a crazy game last season. That was last season. And then we like just decimated them in the playoffs. It made it all better. All right, Luminance. Love me some Luminance. Let's get a case hit out of Luminance too. Let's go 3 for 3 on case hits. All right, we got 2 fatty packs. I'm going to say this is the patch. Dude, went out to Tennessee. Ah, we got it! Shut up! We got another case hit! Luminosity! Trevon Diggs for the Dallas Cowboys. There you go. My goodness. 3 case hits in 3 boxes. That's wackadoo. Yeah, you know what? He knew it. He knew it. He's like, he sat and prayed we need some crazy weather. That was weird. That was like weird how it was set up. Dak Prescott, Barkley, Murray, Carson Strong. Kayvon Thibodeau out of 249, and it's an auto in that box. Adrian Amos for the Green Bay Packers out of 49. That's what it was, right? 3 passes. Dude, that's when thinking, was it Damian Harris that ran all over us? Or was it Ramondre? I don't know. Dude, we ended up being so drunk for that game because, A, it was me, my brother, and my sister who all drink hard. And then B, we were in a cab forever waiting to get there. An Uber, not a cab, an Uber. And we just kept drinking. Sheesh, Justin Jefferson. Montgomery, Carr, Aaron Rodgers, Tyreek Hill, Zapp, McCreary. There's a Herbert out of 249 for the Chargers. Going out to TJ. And a Burrow and Palmer duel. What is this called? Reelected? I don't know what the name of that is. It's weird. But Burrow and Palmer going out to the Cincinnati Bengals. Matt McGinn. Nice little patch there. Don't forget at the end of this, don't go anywhere. We have some cards to random off because of the 2 NILs. We also have 2 $5 hitless credits and the fantasy spot. So don't go anywhere. All right, we got a dynamic, Jamar Chase, McCaffrey, Jalen Waddle, James Robinson, Treylon Burks, Daxton Hill. We got TJ Watt out of 35, Treylon Burks out of 50, and a Tyler Batty out of 25. All cards there, 50 or less. Tyler Batty out of 25 going out to the Baltimore Ravens, going to be Jim Gain. Then a Treylon Burks out of 50 and a TJ Watt out of 35. Crazy stuff in this box. One more pack to go. Hopefully a year 1. Watch it be you know what, which we had a case hit, and that's the way they've been lately. No, it's not. It's going to be a year 1. Vestige, Justin Herbert. Is it a hot box? Give us a good year 1. Josh Allen, Najee, Beckham, Kittle, Logan Hall, and Alec Pierce. This is a, for the Seahawks, Woolen out of 149. And on call. Oh, nope. I thought it was a year one. Dang it. Still, though, for the Giants, Thibodeau. New York Football Giants going out to Tony Mack. What a 4-box break. What a fucking break. That was crazy. Dude, what a break. 3 case hits. We may have to run this break back tomorrow. Don't go anywhere. We got some recaps to do. We got some stuff to take care of. Don't go anywhere. We're not going to count the case hits as hits either, but we will count the actual autographs from the NIL for that. All right, here we go. We got the Watt out of 35, Burks out of 50, Herbert out of 249, Thibodeau to 249, McCaffrey Mini out of 125, Carson Strong out of 35, Joe Mixon out of 75, Kamara to 25, Kyler Gordon out of 50. We got Isaiah Spiller out of 35, Chris Olave Mini out of 125, and a Tariq Woolen out of 149. We also have a bunch of inserts and stuff there too. Our hits here our case hits here include the Lore Joe Montana. Yeah, I like the mix too. I told Chris, I said, I love this. I said, I can't go to PYT at this price for a random. It's just too nice. Luminosity, Trayvon Diggs. And then the Tom Brady Dare to Tear. All right. Now, for our hits. For the Cincinnati Bengals, going out to, let me pull it up here. That's going to be Matt McGinn getting himself the dual swatch Burrow Palmer. We had the Tyler Batty for the Ravens out of 25 going out to Jim Gain. The Adrian Amos out of 49 for the Green Bay Packers going out to Don Wiley. And Evan Neal for the New York Giants going out to Tony Macri. Alec Pierce for the Indianapolis Colts, Mike Selvage. And Garrett Wilson for the New York Jets going out to Lynette Flick. John, no, we decided to go to LA instead. It was one or the other. Jerome Ford for the Cleveland Browns going out to Josh Long. I just feel like there'll be too many fights at that game. I really do. I feel like it's going to get chippy with fans. I feel like it will just get, like, Kansas City has that. They're hanging on to that. And I feel like Bills and Kansas City fans are going to clash. I'm not in the mood for that. Kayvon Thibodeau for the New York Giants. That is going to be going out to Tony Macri as well. And then we had the Isaiah Likely for the Baltimore Ravens. Jim Gain out of 5. And then the Aiden Hutchinson out of 199 going out to the Detroit Lions. Jason Mello. All right, so here we go. We got some stuff to do yet. We're going to do these each individually. It'll go the Richardson, then the McKee, and then the 250 points. Let me do those. Those will count as hits. Then we'll do the 2 $5 hit list credits. So those are, like I said, each going to get random up separately. So in theory, someone could win all 3 on back-to-back-to-back. And then we'll do the fantasy spot after the hit list credits. So this first one is Anthony Richardson. Min roll 5. Good luck, all. I don't know, man. I think people are doubting Kansas City too much. I think they are the most underrated team this year. And I think Tampa Bay is the most overrated team this year. And I'm not getting too deep into it. I'm just talking about the top echelon of teams. I think Tampa Bay could win 6 games this year. I think their defense is solid. And again, I could be wrong. They could go to the Super Bowl. That team, Brady just always continues to let the doubters doubt, and then he, shoves it in their face. For the Jacksonville Jags, James Shahaki getting that one. Next up is going to be the Tanner McKee. But I just feel like they have one remaining starter on that line. Godwin's still kind of dealing with an injury, right? And they got Fat Fournette. He came into camp super overweight. He may have fixed it. I don't know. But Brady just looks like he's just over it. I bet he regrets coming back at this point. What do you do, though? I know, John. I envy it, man. I wish we were in the Chiefs' shoes where people were doubting us. But instead, they put us at the top. It's like, why? New York Jets. It's going to be another one for Lynette. There you go, Lynette. That's a nice card right there out of 5. And now we got 250 points. It will count as a hit. The Bears in Dallas. Dallas is a place that I absolutely want to go catch a game. I talked to my wife about it too. When we play in Dallas next, that's probably where we're going to go for a trip. Just because I want to see that stadium. My goal is to see every NFL stadium. So if I do like 1 or 2 a year, it shouldn't take forever. Carolina Panthers, if I last that long. Going to be Zach McCarthy. All right. Next thing up is 2 $5 hitless credits, and then we'll do the fantasy spot. Good luck to everyone. What is everyone's favorite stadium they've been to? You know, you like obviously all know your hometown ones, and if that's your favorite, that's cool too. But like, what's a stadium you've been to? You're like, man, you gotta catch this. For me, it's Cleveland. Cleveland, you have to go to the Cleveland Browns Stadium. Seriously, it's cool. It's the coolest stadium I've ever been to. Like when you're in it. On the outside, it's nothing. The corridors are really crappy. Like Pittsburgh has the coolest corridors as far as like, there's so much to see there. Cowboys and Bucks. Bills have the best tailgating that I've experienced, but of course that's different because I'm there enjoying Bills tailgating. But their stadium's nothing to be like excited about. The corridors are like their walk around is nothing at all. This one's gonna be for a fantasy spot. I really do want to see. I really do want to see Arrowhead really bad. I want to see the Seattle Stadium. That's crazy, Jeff. And you know what's nuts is I live like an hour and a half away from Penn State, one of the greatest college football stadiums you can go to. I went to college at Penn State, Altoona, which was like half an hour away. I chose not to go to Maine. I went like there, and I've been to 2 games in my whole life. I don't get into college football. Although I have some friends now that are like, you gotta go. So I might hit a game or 2, but it's not the same to me. Chiefs and the just the Kansas City Chiefs getting the spot. That is going to be Jesse Bushel. Let's see, does he have one? Jesse Bushel does not have one. There's still time for y'all, though. It's not full yet. This is the season-long FanDuel. This is my favorite that we do here. So there is still time for at least 5 spots. It's Cowboys and 1 Seahawks cards. Oh, were you at that game? You know, I've been to the Boston Red Sox baseball stadium, but I've never been to like the whole complex that they have for Gillette. I heard it's awesome. They kind of do the same thing for the baseball stadium where they close down the streets and it kind of becomes its own community. You could feel your chest vibrate. Listen, I know it's not the same, but I will say this. We were at the last Bills game we were at, and when it was so windy and everyone was getting nuts, you could like, I know that feeling. It's so insane. Your feet are tingling from the vibrate. Oh, dude, it's just nuts. So yeah, I get that. I would like to see Arrowhead though. Arrowhead, what is it? Isn't it? Who's the other place that breaks the sound? Isn't it Seattle? Yeah, I'll be doing more. I hope this trip goes well. But we still have Monday and Tuesday and tomorrow. So we're going to try to get some breaks in, get our picks in, get paper footballs done, do all that good stuff, because the next time you'll see me after Tuesday is for Sunday football. So it should be fun. All right, guys, get some sleep. I'll be back tomorrow. Peace.